Hey, welcome to the stream. This is Double Triple Stream on Twitch. It is 7:35 on August 29th, 2024. It's a live stream. My name is Ron. I live in New Hampshire. I live in a rural area surrounded by forests and animals, and I stream about mostly science and technology and sci-fi and movies, and can talk about veganism, civics, news, doing IRL every once in a while. So I guess that makes me a variety streamer, almost, because I haven't been streaming very long. I've only been streaming in maybe 5 weeks, something like that. So today, I thought I would do some experiments, do some real science and technology. Well, yeah, it's kind of scuff. I do scuff science. I mean, I don't have a lot of money. I don't have a lot of stuff. I mean, I have stuff that I've kind of collected over the years, and I just kind of throw stuff together. But I still learn things, You still learn stuff. It's fun. So that's the important thing, right? So I said playing with radiation, okay? What is radiation? That's the question. What is radiation? So if you saw that, you probably thought, uh-oh, he's going to, there's some, like a nuclear reactor or something, or there's something like that. But that's it. Radiation is a broad term, and it comes from the word, the Latin word for ray, which actually comes from the Greek word for root. The Latin word for ray is radius, and radius you're probably familiar with. That's the distance from the center of the circle to the edge of the circumference, right? That you got a circle, and then it's like half the diameter, right, between the center of the circle to the edge. That's the radius. And I call it a ray because it's like it's moving out from the center, and then that's from that the word radiate, right? It radiates from the center, radiates out, and radiation comes from that. So it doesn't have to be nuclear radiation. It doesn't have to be that. It could be sound. It could be lots of different things. It could be any kind of light. It could be radio waves. It could be anything like that is radiation. But tonight I wanted to work with mostly light type stuff. The other day I was doing some experiments with infrared. We were doing experiments about what was it? Incandescence. Right. We were talking about black body radiation and how the light bulb was invented, and how they heat it. When you heat things up, it starts to glow, but actually things at any temperature glow, but just at a lower frequency that you can't see. And light is electromagnetic radiation. And electromagnetic radiation covers everything from all the way down from radio waves, microwaves, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays, and gamma rays. So it's a spectrum. It's the electromagnetic spectrum, they call it. It's a whole spectrum of stuff. And so last week we were working with stuff that just about black body radiation, which is everything gives off radiation. It's just most stuff in our ordinary lives gives off radiation that's a lower frequency or a longer wavelength than we can see with our eyes. And but when you heat it up enough, like if you take a piece of metal and you heat it up and get it really, really hot, it starts to glow red. And then hotter, it gets yellow and white. So the color depends on the frequency, or the wavelength depends on the temperature. That was black body radiation and incandescence. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about just visible light. I think it was last stream, was it, or a stream before? I talked about some little light bulbs that I got. You'll notice that the room is dark, and that's so I can do these experiments. I'm going to be working with light, and I didn't want ambient light to mess up my experiments. So there's some light from these monitors, which I hope are not going to interfere too much with it. But basically what I want to do is just go through some of the different lights that I have here. I have all kinds of light sources here. The other day we did a stream, and I experimented with an infrared light source. This is an infrared light source. So if I push the on-off switch to my monitor here, if I push that, you'll see it light up here. I think this camera is. If you look at a remote control and you push it, you won't see anything with your eye, because your eye is only sensitive down to about a wavelength of 700 or something like that, nanometer or something like that. But the camera is more sensitive, or has a wider range, so it can see it. So if I push the on-off switch to my monitor, a couple things will happen. First, you'll see a little light here. I think I didn't practice this, but you should be able to see a little blinky light here, which is the remote sending signals out. And then my image might get a little bit darker as the monitor gets shut off. So let's try that and see if it works. Hey. Oh, it didn't shut off the monitor though. That's because I didn't point it. It got too much junk in the way. I didn't point it at the monitor. Let's try it again here. There we go. Okay. All right. Let me turn it back on again. Does that work? Yeah, there we go. And the monitor comes back on. All right. So that's infrared. That's longer wavelengths or lower frequencies. And lower frequencies are high. The higher the frequency, or the shorter the wavelength, the more energy there is. And you can think about a real kind of a classical analogy to that is if you had a rope. Imagine a rope. I actually have a rope here. I could do that. That'd be a cool experiment, wouldn't it? Or can we just use our imagination? Because I've got the lights off here. Maybe it might not work. Yeah, I'll try it. Why not? I don't know if this is going to work or not. What can I tie this to? Tie it over there. Can you see that? All right, maybe this will work. I don't know. Just tie it to my tripod over here. Hopefully my tripod won't fall over when I do this. So if you imagine, right, a rope, and here's my hand. You can see my hand here. When my hand goes up and down, it makes the rope go up and down, right? And if my hand goes up and down slowly, you can't really see it too well here, but it'll be a lower. The waves will be further apart, you know, because I'm waving. The waves are gonna be bigger. The loops in the rope are gonna be bigger. The sine waves, or close to sine waves, you know, are going to be bigger. And if I want shorter loops, shorter wavelengths, or higher frequency, I have to move my hand up and down more quickly to get a higher frequency. So if I try to go really fast like this and move it really fast, I'm going to get tired really fast because it takes more energy, right? It takes more energy to move your hand up and down really fast. So that's kind of a classical explanation, or a classical analogy to what goes on with light and and frequency. You know, the higher the frequency, the more energy it takes because it has to go faster. And there's a mathematical way to figure that out, actually, really, where you take the area under the wave and stuff like that. But that's basically all you need to know. The higher the frequency, the more energy, and the higher the frequency, the shorter the wavelength, because the wavelength is a function of the speed or the velocity and the frequency. And since the speed of light is a constant, then there's a direct relationship between the frequency and the wavelength. So the shorter the wave, the higher the frequency, the shorter the wavelength. So that's okay. I think I covered that, and you probably heard that a million times. And I just wanted to, just kind of fill it in on that. Definitely see it. Oh, good. Hi, Bao. How are you? See? Oh, you saw the rope? Is that what it was? Good. Yeah, I wasn't sure what it was. I got the lights out here to do this experiment. I'll do a whole bunch of experiments. I don't know, whatever I could think of doing. I really have this totally planned out, I kind of just thought about a little bit about some of the things I could do, but didn't think it all the way through. So it's going to be my typical scuff type stream here. The first thing I'd like to do, I guess, is start at the top, the higher frequency stuff, and experiment with that a little bit. Now, I had a quartz light around here, and I didn't have time to find it and get it hooked up to a power supply and all that. But I do have something which is a quartz light that has a filter on it. This is a what they call a medical or a sterilizing light, and I'm absolutely surprised that they sell these things to people, who don't know what they're doing, but apparently they do. And it's what it is mercury. It uses a mercury light. It takes mercury and does like a fluorescence on mercury. It gets mercury to ionize, and then when the electron goes back down again, or energized, and then when the electron goes back down again, then it emits light, and mercury vapor happens to emit at certain frequencies, and I forget, I think it's like 184 or 182 or something like that, and then another frequency is 254 nanometers. So 254 nanometers is longer than 180 something, whatever it is. I can look that up right now really quick. Can I? Yeah, let me pop out my chat here so I don't need this thing. And I'll just use this right here. Let's see, E. Yeah, okay, good. All right, and I'll say mercury vapor. Let's see if it brings it. There it is, mercury vapor lamp. Okay. Let me make sure we got. Okay. Let me see. I'll actually try to bring this up here on the screen, and then we can both read it, or all of us can read it at the same time. Mercury vapor lamp. All right. So let's see what wavelengths it says that it does. Okay. Efficiencies of 35 to 55 lumens per watt. Now LEDs do way better than that now, so I'm not sure what purpose these guys serve anymore at this point. There's, let's see if they talk about the wavelength. Principle of operation. Mercury vapor lamp is negative resistance device. Oh yeah, that's really important. Negative resistance device, fluorescent tubes in this are negative resistance. It means that the more power you put into them, the less resistance. So it has a positive feedback there, which is a problem for electric circuits. It means that once you get to a certain point, they'll run away and burn up, and so they have to have what's called a ballast to or some other kind of circuit. Yeah, see, it says therefore it requires a ballast to limit the current through it. So now let me see if it has here what the wavelengths are, because I was just doing that from memory. Oh, here we go. Okay, spectral lines. Here we go. Emission line spectrum. The strongest peaks of the emission line spectrum are, okay, so 184. I was pretty close. 184.45. I think I said 184. And I said 254. And it's 253.7, so I was pretty close on that. I think those are the strongest ones. maybe not. But then they have some in the visible, it looks like here too. Once you get longer than 400 nanometers, then you can see it. It starts looking like this here. That's probably like 400 and something, or even that. So those are it. It says in low pressure. Oh, okay. In low pressure mercury vapor lamps, only lines 184 and 254 nanometer are present. Okay, that's what I was thinking. That's what this guy is right here. This is a low pressure mercury lamp. And let me see. Let's see if they might even explain it even more here. Medium lines. Okay. Lamps can be constructed to emit primarily in the UVA around 400 nanometer, or UVC around 250 nanometer. So that's what this one is. This one's constructed to put out at 253.7 or 254 approximately. And anything, once you get above or below 400 nanometers, now we're talking about light that's ultraviolet, right? It's beyond what we can see. Once it gets shorter than 400, then we can't see it anymore. It's ultraviolet. So it will, once it gets below 400 nanometers, remember the shorter the wavelengths, that means the higher the frequency and the more energy. So the smaller the wavelength number there, we go to 400 and then 200 and 180 and all that. As that number gets smaller, the energy gets higher per photon, which means that it can do more damage. So around 400, once it starts getting shorter wavelengths than 400 nanometers, then it starts doing damage. Can do damage to your tissue, to your eyes, and stuff like that. And it becomes ionizing at some point, where it can cause cancer and do all kinds of terrible stuff. So you need to make sure that if you're working with that kind of stuff, ultraviolet, you should wear eye protection. And if you're working with this kind of stuff, this is 254 nanometer. This is really energetic per photon. This you don't even want to put on your skin, So you want to make sure it's pointed away from you all the time. So what I want to do is start with the most energetic thing I have right now, which is this thing. And I have another quartz. I think I have another quartz light somewhere that might have these even lower, this 184 frequency, but I couldn't find that quartz line, and I'm not sure if it even puts that out because glass will stop UV. Ordinary glass will stop UV, and then the quartz. The reason they call them quartz lamps is because they use instead of like soda glass, like just ordinary glass that you have around in your windows and all that, it uses quartz for the glass, which allows the UV to go through the glass, so it doesn't block it. Oh, let's see. Got a chat message. Maybe a stupid question. There are no stupid questions. Of course, there are no stupid questions. But does heat come into play at all with different wavelengths? Yes. Wavelengths. Heat is the radiant heat. The heat that you feel like if you're not touching something, but you're close to it and you kind of feel the heat coming off of it. That is electromagnetic radiation, and it is a wavelength that is longer than what our eyes can see. It's a lower frequency than what our eyes can see. It's like this. Remember this thing here? This thing here? I can't see that because it's infrared. It's below what I can see. And if you go even lower than what this is, then it goes into heat. Heat that you can feel, So yeah, that's part of it, and it also comes into efficiency. The old style incandescent lamps, with the that just had the little coily wire in the middle of it, and they got really hot. That's because the way that they worked is they would heat up that little coily wire to incandescence, like I said before. When you heat, like it just heating up a piece of metal until it glows. That's basically what it does, what those old style lamps do. And when it does that, there's a particular wave function that it uses that I got into a whole bunch of detail in a few weeks ago. It involves the Planck's constant, a whole bunch of other things. But most of that wave function is in the lower end, the lower frequency end, or the longer wavelength end, which is the heat, which is why those lamps make a lot of heat. When you turn them on, they make light, but they also make a lot of heat, and that means they're inefficient. That means a lot of their energy is being used to make heat that you may or may not want. But the newer ones, LED lights, emit much less heat. They're more tuned to a particular frequency, and you don't have as much spillover in heat. So yeah, that's a good question. Had no idea. Very cool. Yeah, sure. Yeah, if you have any questions, there are no dumb questions, right? The only dumb question is the one you don't ask. Isn't that what they say? The only stupid question. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this one, which doesn't make that much heat. It makes a little bit of heat. It just runs on 4 AAA batteries, and hopefully it works, because I bought 3 of these at a thrift store for a couple bucks a piece. I was just amazed that they even had them there. And 2 of them, one didn't work at all. One kind of half where you worked sometimes, and this one works most of the time. So I'll just turn on so you can see what it looks like. Let's see here. Now remember, the part that does the work out of this, that does the disinfecting, is the 254 nanometer line, which you can't see. But there's also these other lines, which comes out a little bit, the blue 235 and 246 and 404. Those are in the visible range, and it comes out looking like a light blue. Now I don't know what it's going to look like on camera. I've never done this before, so I'll turn it on just to see if it even works first. You know what? I'm going to put my glasses on here, because I'm not sure if it's not. I don't think that this wavelength is going to be able to reflect off of the light on my monitor, but just in case I want to do this. So this is acrylic, and it should stop any or most UV, so it will help protect my eyes. Let's see if it works. Okay, that came on, but you can't even see it. Oh, there it is. Okay, you can see it now. So it's a light blue. Here, I'm going to do it this way. See it better. It'll light up. That light up, yeah. So it makes that pale kind of bluish light, but that's only the part that you can see. The part that can kill germs and damage your skin and hurt your eyes and all that is a shorter wavelength. So I guess what I wanted to do, I found out, I don't know, online somewhere, that bananas are sensitive to UV. When I first got these things, these lamps, okay, this banana, so I got some bananas here that are overripe and almost ready to toss, so I'm gonna try to experiment with them. But when I first got these things, I said, "Oh, I'll put this on a leaf of one of my plants, and put it on there for a minute, and then take it away, and then the next day that leaf should be dead. That leaf of that plant should be dead, you know." But it didn't do anything. So I thought, "Oh, maybe these aren't even working." But then I got these. I heard that bananas are very sensitive to this wavelength, the skin of the banana. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put let me put some tape over this. Let me get some like masking tape or something, and I'll put over the banana, and then I'll shine the light on it. And we probably won't see anything right away, but by the end of the stream I'll look at it, and then we should be able to see where the light was shining on there. I gotta be careful moving around because it's dark in here. I don't want to trip over anything. So I got some masking tape here, And I'll just put two strips of masking tape on it. All right. So I put just two little strips of masking tape on this banana. Put one there like that. And another one here. And I'll just leave a little strip in there. A stripe. See, I'm doing that. That way I'll shine the light on it and then let it sit for a while and let it cook or whatever it's going to do to change its color. And then I'll take the tape off later, and then we can look and we should be able to see the lines where the light was shining on there. Now, important thing, ultraviolet light won't do that. Regular old light won't do it. Maybe in a long time it would. If you put it out in the sun, it might do it. Actually, no, I tried that. I tried putting it out in the sun, and it didn't do that. The whole thing just got hot, you know. So I'll try this right now. Let's see, how can I do this? I'm going to do this over here so I don't have to hold it. I don't want my skin in the way when I do it. But I need to do it for, you know, a while. So I'll just turn it on and let it cook there for a while. Let's see here. Let's do it for 3 minutes. You know, normally you just do it like for a few seconds, but that light is so weak. That light is so weak that I don't think it will it'll work. Oh, we got another chat here. Can we go back full screen for the banana? I'm on mobile, so everything is tiny. Oh, full screen. Okay, I can try to do that. Sure. Another thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to pump up my mic a little bit, because I'm kind of far away from it here, so I wanted to be a little bit higher. Yeah, let me show you the banana here. I don't want to do the actual exposure right here, because that's right in front of my eyes. See what I'm saying? I want to put it behind me over there. But this is the banana. Okay, I got masking tape on it, and I'm going to expose this part right here to this ultraviolet C light. They call it ultraviolet, or B or C. I'm not sure what. They break it up in different categories. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to expose it to this light. And I'll time it for about 3 minutes here. Let's see. I think that says 3. All right. So, banana there. And we do it. It's not too close, but I think it'll work anyway. All right, there it works. You know what? I'm going to do something different here. Otherwise it will fall over. There we go. That'll work. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm sticking the tape on the table, sticking the banana on the table, and going like this, so that I can get the light really close to it. This is the scuff part. This is the scuff part of the experiment. You're just making it up as you go along. And I'm not measuring anything. You notice I don't have any equipment to measure anything here. Everything is going to be just through you know, deductive logic, just, you know, different. All right, stop working on me. There we go. All right, so we'll do that for 3 minutes. So when that goes off, then I'll stop that light. And it has a thing built into it where it will. Can you see that? You can see that. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. I know you can't see it on your mobile, but let me put my other glasses on here so you can see. Awesome! Can't wait to see the difference. Yeah, Now, and I did this experiment already. This particular thing I've done already, and I tried putting it in the sun. I tried it with this light, and I tried it with a kind of a powerful ultraviolet, regular like black light. And the black light didn't do it, didn't work. And the sun just kind of, got the banana hot and mushy and stuff. It didn't do what this thing does. So this is kind of a good idea. This is a good way to test a light to see if it's actually putting out that wavelength, at least the 253. I'm not sure about the 184. I'm not sure how to test for that. At some point, I'd like to build like a spectroscope of some sort, something that can actually measure different wavelengths. And you can do it pretty easily. You can take like a diffraction grid or a prism or anything like that, and have it divide the light into the different wavelengths, and then put a camera on it and measure it. But you got to make sure that everything, you got to make sure like the prism or the diffraction grid that you're using to separate the frequencies will actually pass all the frequencies, and you have to make sure that the camera that you're looking at them with is capable of receiving those frequencies too. So higher frequencies, I think it should, shorter wavelengths, I think the cameras will get. The only thing that would stop that is if they have some sort of, like I said, a glass or filter, some plastic or something in front of it that would absorb those wavelengths. I also found another black light, the old style, the incandescent black lights. So I want to play with that a little bit. I found some at a yard sale a Saturday. Saturday. But I'm not sure if they really are black lights because they don't work too well, that I can tell. And I have an LED black light that is this is the first style of LED black light, so it's not as short of a wavelength as, there goes my timer. Okay, so that was 3 minutes. Oh, it shut itself off. Oh boy. Anybody notice how long it took to shut off? Maybe I should do it another minute just to make sure. I didn't notice. Oh, shit, this is... Alright. Okay, here's the banana. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong screen. Dumb me. This is the banana in big. You said that you wanted to see it on your mobile, and I was looking at the wrong screen here. I saw myself really big. I didn't realize that I still had the Wikipedia page up there with me in this corner really small. Sorry about that. So this is the band. I put tape on it, and just left a little section here that's exposed, and I'm exposing it to this light. I'm going to do it another couple minutes here. Might as well do it another 3 minutes, huh? Or 2 minutes. Let's see if it works here. Alright. Because I wasn't paying attention to that. I didn't see. Okay. And let's see what else I'm going to do here. I want to do that tape. Huh. Yeah, I lost that tape somewhere. I'm going to put a piece of tape over my monitor so I won't look at that section. That I've got. OBS has two monitors that you can look at, two screen images, and I keep looking at the wrong one and thinking that no worries, I was able to zoom in. Okay, but definitely seed eater. Yeah, yes. Sorry about that. I was trying to. Wasn't paying attention. I've done almost whole streams like that before, where I just get going on with a big page up there and me in the corner, and So anyway, I want to do this, use this incandescent light, which is kind of the way this one works is it's just a regular old light bulb, the old-fashioned type that heat up, you know. But they put this special filter over the front of it that blocks most of the visible light and lets the ultraviolet light through. And then the LEDs, this is the first style of LED that was able to get into the ultraviolet range. And it looks kind of violet. You can see the visible part of it, and it's really just, it's like 190 or 195 or something like that. It's really not, or rather 395, something like that. 390, 395 nanometers, which is just like right at the top of visible range. So it's got some in ultraviolet and some in invisible. Okay, there we go. I think we got it now. Alright, so that's well exposed. I've exposed my my banana skin to the ultraviolet. And so at the end of the stream, maybe I'll turn the lights on and then we'll look at it, and I'll take the tape off and we'll see if we can see any difference. And as I said, I tried it with a regular black light, an actual fluorescent type black light like this. Let me show you what this looks like. Actually, maybe I should do this one next. This is a, I don't know if you've seen these before. This is the old-fashioned black. This is like probably 34 years old, this black light. It's a fluorescent tube, and basically all fluorescent lights are black lights. They do the same thing that light over there does. It makes really like the 254, you know, the lower 184, because it's mercury, same thing, right? But they put a phosphor, a coating, special kind of coating, that when light hits the coating, it excites the electrons in the molecules in that coating, so the electrons get more energetic, and when they fall back down, then they emit light at a certain frequency. And that's how the old TVs used to work, you know. A lot of things work that way, where they have phosphor. Or have you ever seen an oscilloscope with a little green line that goes across and puts little green wavy lines on it? That's the old phosphor. When they first figured out how to do phosphor, it was green. So that's what they use. I think it was less expensive too to do it in green. And it just means that something is hitting that phosphor to energize it and make the electron go to a higher energy, and when it falls back down to where it's supposed to be, then it emits at a particular frequency. And that's what a fluorescent light does, an ordinary white fluorescent light. There's UV energy inside there, ultraviolet light, that hits the phosphor on the fluorescent light, and the electron goes up and falls back down, and it emits light in the visible spectrum where we can see it. And this kind of light does the same thing, but the phosphor is designed to emit in the ultraviolet. Not the if they didn't have anything on there, then it would come through with those really hot, short wavelengths, which would be dangerous. But they put a phosphor on there that emits at around this one's 385, I think. I think I wrote on it here. Let's see. 365. Okay, so this is 365. This one. So, and the cool thing about it is the more you can get it so it doesn't leak into the visible area, the cooler the effect of the ultraviolet. I'll just turn this on right now just for fun, and I'll try to find some stuff around here that's glowing and see what it looks like on the camera. Trying to do this in the dark. And there's something about the ballast on this thing that only works like every other time, so it might take me a couple times to fire it up. Let me try it here. going at all, I don't think. Oh, that's not even plugging in here. There we go. All right, so that ballast is trying to fire, and it's trying to. There it goes. Okay, we got it going. So now this on the camera there, it looks light blue. To your eye, it looks violet. Just so you know, the camera is making that look different than what it actually is. You've probably seen black lights before. This is a violet color, not blue. And it might be that this camera the lens on this camera is filtering. Remember I was talking about glass filters the ultraviolet, and that's probably what's happening, is that glass on the lens of the camera is filtering the upper part of the visible spectrum and the ultraviolet, which makes this look like a pale blue rather than a violet. Does that make sense? So I'll find stuff here to, like this here. Look at how that's glowing. I'm way away from the light. See how it's glowing? My shirt is glowing a little bit. If I just put this in front of a light, like, well, it kind of glows on that too, doesn't it? Actually, it looks like it's, there we go. Yeah, it really glows with that though. Let's see, I think this one. Is this? No, this one doesn't glow that much. To my eye, under normal light, these are, like, my shirt is less bright than this thing. Okay, under normal light, my shirt's kind of a pale blue color, and this is a bright white. But under this ultraviolet, my shirt is brighter, just because it's different wavelengths and the molecules in the material that it's reflecting off of. Make it reflect at different wavelengths. Let's see if I got something else around here. Oh, I got some stuff over here. Let's see here. What is this here? Here we go. This one's pretty bright. Can you see that? So if I just look at this, this is a little sheet of paper I got in the mail from something. But if I put an ultraviolet on it, it really lights up. So that's kind of cool. And you'll probably see a lot of these in at Halloween. This is 365 nanometer. And one of the things I'd like to test with this, I'd like to compare it with some of the other light sources that I have, and see. I have, you know what photoluminescent vinyl or photoluminescent, like glow-in-the-dark toys, you see those glow-in-the-dark toys? Well, I have some vinyl that is glow-in-the-dark. And it has strontium, a special strontium molecule on it that allows it to glow for a long time. And what happens on that one, remember I was talking about, like, inside a fluorescent light, how the molecules, the electrons get more energetic, and then they fall back down and emit the light. Well, what happens on that glow-in-the-dark material is the molecules are such a way that when the electron gets energized up to a higher energy, it doesn't fall down right away for some reason. I don't know what the reason is. I don't know what the answer to that is. But for some reason, it doesn't fall down right away. It takes a while to fall down. And it has a half-life, how long it's going to take to fall down. And that's why it glows for minutes or hours or whatever. So that's something. That's another experiment I'll do, and I'll try it with all the different light sources I have here to see which one energizes that that material, that glow-in-the-dark material best. All right, let me do this one next. This one is a let's see here. Where's that? There it is. Knock that over. There we go. All right, this is a an LED. It looks like an incandescent, but it's an LED. It's got, if you look at it really closely, you can see there's strips. There are 4 strips of LEDs in there. And it's a black, this is a ultraviolet LED. They didn't figure out how to make these until very recently. Blue LEDs and ultraviolet LEDs. It was quite an engineering challenge to get them to do that. So I'll turn this one on. Let's see what it looks like on the camera and to me. Let me put my I'm going to put my safety glasses on here if I can find them. There they are. No. What the heck did I do with my safety glasses? Huh. I lost my safety glasses somewhere. That's kind of weird. Did anybody see where I put my safety glasses? I don't have them on. Yeah, that's the first place you look, by the way, when you lose your glasses is right here. First place you look. Where are my glasses? This is the first place you check. Those of you who have to wear reading glasses know what I'm talking about. Well, damn. I don't know what I did with my safety glasses. How I could have lost those. Oh, there they are. Okay, so that behind my computer there. All right, we got it figured out here. All right, so let me put my safety glasses on. And we'll turn this on. All right, so this is the same thing. To me, this looks violet. Those little strips in there look violet, and you can't even. I could probably turn this down and give my camera down a little bit to give you a more realistic view of what it looks like. I did the wrong thing here. Let's see if I can adjust my camera to get that looking more like. Alright, that's closer to what it looks like to me. Get a little bit more. There we go. So that's kind of what it looks like to me, almost. Right about like that. Except the color is violet instead of blue. So this right here is emitting at around, like I said, 395 or something, 390, 395, something like that. So it's a longer wavelength than that large tube that I showed you, but it still gives that effect. It'll light up like this. You know, it'll still light this up pretty good compared to, you know, just see, it lights things up pretty good. So they glow. You definitely get that, you know, black light effect with this thing. It's just there's more visible light, so it's not as prominent. You know, there isn't as much contrast between the bright, you know, the bright stuff and the dark stuff. So that's pretty good. I'll do some experiments with that. Another cool thing is this right here. This bulb right here. See how they're orange? This is a red. I think it's this is a. Oh no, wait. This is purple. Let me look at this here. Yeah, this is a pink. They call it pink, which is a combination of red and blue, I think. but it looks like it's red, and it looks kind of an orangish color. You can see, yeah, that looks about what the color is. But the cool thing about it is that when I hit this bulb right here, when I hit this with ultraviolet, it lights up like a Christmas tree. It's really cool. Let me turn that on here, and maybe you can see it here. There we go. See it? It lights up as if it's energized itself with electricity. Look at that. You can see that. It's pretty cool. Oh, I wonder if it stays on it. No, it doesn't. I thought maybe it glowed after it had an afterglow, but not. A little bit it does, I think. So that's kind of cool. And I also have just a regular blue one. Let me see what that looks like. If that lights up when I do it. No, that one doesn't light up. This is a blue, just an ordinary blue LED light bulb. So I guess what I can do now is I've gone through. Well, let me light these up just so you can see the difference. I mean, so we're kind of working our way down from the shorter wavelength. That banana test over there was the shortest wavelength. Then we went to the tube, the big UV tube, which was a little bit longer. So we started at 254, then we went to 365, then we went to this black light bulb, which was 395 approximately. And then we have this thing, the incandescent bulb, which is just going to be dirty. It's going to have a little bit of UV and some visible light in there. It's just going to be a dirty light, but it won't. Let me just see what it looks like on the camera there. Okay, so it looks pink on there, and that's kind of what it looks like. Personally, it looks like just a regular. It has a reflector on the back of it. I don't know how much of the UV it's reflecting, but it doesn't really. Let me see if it lights up this thing. A little bit. Yeah, not as much as that higher frequency. See, so the higher the frequency, or the shorter the wavelength, the more energy per photon. Remember I said that before. The shorter the wavelength, the higher the energy per photon. So this one here is even. This is probably like around 400, centered around 400 or something like that. But it does have some UV in it. But it's just dirty. It's just a dirty spectrum because it's using incandescents, so it's emitting all over the place, and they're just trying to filter out some. And this is kind of hot. This is also emitting in infrared. I can feel how hot this is. That's how dirty it is. It just splays out the light in all different frequencies. And then let's see, below that then would be blue light, like what you can see with. That would be all invisible. I mean, all visible light. You know what I mean? If it's I'm using an LED, which is a cleaner light. It's not as broad of a spectrum of light coming out of it. This is a blue LED, and I'll turn it on, and we'll just see blue light coming out of it. Should be. Yeah. Wow. That's. So that's a lot. That's all in the visible spectrum, and it's really bright, and it's a high energy light. So let me adjust my camera here and give you a feel for what that actually looks like, because we're just. All right, that ought to be pretty close here. Let's see. Does that look like? Yeah, that's still. I can, if I look at it, I can see the blue lights, but it's even. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're going to be able to get that with this. Let me bring it down even more here. Yeah, there we go. That's kind of what it looks like to me, except it's really bright. I can't really even look at it. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, somewhere in there is what it looks like to me. It looks like in person. Can't really get it with the camera. The camera doesn't have the dynamic range to do it, but that's blue light. And the reason why it looks so bright compared to the ultraviolet lights, I mean, just on the camera and to my eye and everything, is because it's letting out all its energy in the visible area. It isn't actually putting out more energy. Those UVs were putting out a lot of energy. It's just that it was just in a wavelength that we couldn't see very well. You know, most of it. And then let's see. I had pink. Oh, I don't know what I did with my red one. I had a red one, but you get the idea. It's just you know, you can go through. It goes violet, blue, then yellow, and then red, and then infrared. It doesn't. Green isn't one of the colors. Well, you can get green, and it is a frequency, but like when you're using, like say incandescence or black body radiation, it doesn't turn green. If you take a piece of metal and you heat it up, doesn't matter how much you heat it up, it's never going to turn green. You know, it's unless it's a special metal that reacts. You know, it's actually reacting that way, but like just a piece of steel or something is not going to do that. All right, I'll do the pink one. Why not? There we go. Whoa. So that's kind of a reddish red with pink, I guess. That's red and blue. It's a mixture of them. Man, that's really bright. So these are all in the visible spectrum, so they're putting on a lot of light. I'll go get the red one too, just to see what that looks like and see if it appears to have less energy. So I'll be right back. Okay, I got a red one here. So that was pink. So pink isn't really in between blue and red. It's a mixture of blue and red. So it's a little bit different than just a pure, like, you know, wavelength light. Okay, so this is red. Now that's putting out less light, isn't it? Compared to those other ones. Do you notice it looks a little bit not as bright, right? Yeah. Let me read chat here. Catch up on chat. Oh wow, definitely an almost violet now. Whoa. Doesn't light your shirt up as much. Yeah. Cool. Can see the blue now. Less light and it looks orange. Yeah. I actually don't need the ultraviolet glasses for this one. These glasses are actually letting that light all the way through. But let me bring this down a little bit just so you can see what it looks like. Yeah. There we go. So can you see this? That's a little bit, still a little bit too much. There we go. That's kind of what it looks like to me. You still can't see the. Now we already showed that this camera here was sensitive even below this frequency, right? It's sensitive down to this LED in here, which is a. See this one? Can you see that? See that little light there? That's infrared. It's below what we can even see. So we know that that camera is picking up if this light here is emitting, you know, light in infrared, then this camera is picking it up. So the camera will make it look a little bit brighter than it actually is to our eyes, anyway. So let me get this up here. Is that okay? There we go. So we got lights in all different spectrums there, all different frequencies. So what I can do, should I check the banana now? I don't know. I don't know if it's ready. I'll wait until the end of the stream to check the banana. So I'll find my. Let's see if I have that here. What I did with that. So I have some this. I have some of this glow-in-the-dark stuff. It's got strontium something something something. I don't know, some complicated molecule that allows it to the electrons to stay energetic and not drop down right away, which makes it glow in the dark. And I have this. This has been sealed up, so it's not. It hasn't been exposed to any light at all for a long time. So what I'll do, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. What I'll do is I'll take put this away. This. We put the banana over there. I guess I'll remember that the banana is there. What I'll do is I'll cut up this cardboard. So I have this sheet of. I don't even want to expose this even to the monitors, but you can see it's a vinyl that is will glow in the dark when it's exposed to light, and it works really good with fluorescents and ultraviolets, and not as good with that red light. And I just want to try it with some of the even shorter wavelengths, like that one that was 254 nanometers, to see if it will work with that. So I'm going to cut this cardboard here, and then I'll cut a little hole in the cardboard, and I'll lay the cardboard on top of the glow-in-the-dark material. I'll expose it with a light for a fixed amount of time, a set amount of time, and then I'll slide the cardboard along, expose it again, and do that several times, and then we'll look at the glow-in-the-dark material to see if it's, you know, which one energized it more. You know, I don't even know if that's going to even show on the camera. I didn't even test that. That would be a drag, wouldn't it, if that doesn't even work? Alright. So let me cut out a little section here. Let's see. Very red, the lowest wavelength. Peekaboo, hey! Hi! Pete the Feet 1. Hi! Welcome, everybody. Thank you for stopping by the stream. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. There are no stupid questions. I'll try my best to answer them, maybe. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to cut a little slit in this thing, in this piece of cardboard, just so I can, you know, expose that. Just a small section of that glow-in-the-dark stuff for each frequency of light. Now the problem with this is that it only glows for a little while. You know, when you expose it to light, it kind of fades after a while. So I think what we'll have to do is expose them and then wait, you know, 15 minutes or something like that to kind of let them all catch up to each other. And I'll have to do it as quickly as possible. I'll have to switch bulbs as quickly as possible. after each one. All right, there we go. All right, so I got a little slit, and I'll take that. I'll take the glow-in-the-dark material. I'll lay it down over here because some of the light is light that I don't want to get in my eyes. You know what I'm talking about? Remember what I talked about earlier? I want to do it back behind me here. So we'll take this glow-in-the-dark material that's inside this envelope, lay it down on the table, put this on top of it like that, expose it with a light, and then slide it over, expose it with a light, slide it over like that, and we should end up with stripes on this glow-in-the-dark material. And if our hypothesis is correct, the higher frequency light, that is the shorter wavelength light, will have more energy, and those stripes should be brighter than like the red light would be. So this is our experiment. Everybody on board with what we're talking about here? Any questions about what we're doing? The lowest wavelength of light. Oh, was that a question? What is the lowest wavelength of light? Very red. What's the lowest wavelength of visible light? Would be red. Yeah, red is the lowest. Then it goes. It gets like you can imagine like what a piece of metal looks like as you're heating it up, kind of. When it first starts to be visible, it's kind of a really intense red, but it's dim. You know, that's kind of what the lowest frequency of visible light would look like. It would be red, but like a dim red. You know, if that makes sense. Red, but dim because it has less energy. You know. Alright, so I guess I'll set up this experiment here. We'll start with this one, the most energetic one, which is 254 nanometers approximately. Then I'll go to this one, which is the old style black lights at 265 nanometers. Then I'll go to an LED light, which is an LED ultraviolet light, which is 395, and then blue, and I guess we'll do the pink one for the heck of it, and then red. So how many is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Or 6 maybe. So I'll have to slay it just a little bit each time. Alright, so let me set up the experiment. I think I can do it that way. All right, so which one I got? I was going to do this one, and we'll do it. Maybe 3 seconds each one? That would be good enough, huh? Now this isn't that. I can tell you right now, like one of the problems, if we did this experiment and we wrote it up and put it in a journal or something, right? This has been done already, but if we did this as an experiment and we wrote it up and everything. One of the things that people would say would be, well, how intense, how many watts or how many lumens or whatever, or how many how many photons are actually coming out of those lights, and we don't know that. I know that this is just battery powered, so it's not putting out as much, but it's the higher energy per photon, but it's not putting out a lot of photons. And this one here. This UV light that I plug in the wall with a fluorescent, this is putting out the most photons probably at 365. So this one will probably beat out this one, but I'm not sure. That'd be something we can try. So I'll do it for maybe 3 seconds. Does that sound good? 1, 2, 3. No, maybe I should do 5. Yeah, I'll do 5 seconds each one. Alright, we'll do 5 seconds each one. Alright, here we go. What I should do is probably fire that thing up. Let me get these other ones prepared right now, so that I'm ready for this. Because I don't want to wait a long time in between each one. Because that's another variable, right? All right. Or maybe what we can do the ultraviolet first and then do the other ones. That's another way to do it. All right, so I've got 3 ultraviolet lights we'll do it with first. Oops. Oh man. This one I'll put down here. Get this one to work now. This plug that I have is not making very good contact here with this. There we go. Okay, it's kind of working now. Huh. Yeah, I think I might have to get another extension cord or something. This one isn't working too well. Yeah, let me find another extension cord. Oh wait, I know where I've got one. Over here. There we go. Okay. Okay, so that. All right. Sorry about that. We got it figured out now. Okay, what did I say? 5 seconds each. Here we go. Safety glasses on. Safety first. Okay, so that was 5 seconds with that light. Now we'll do 5 seconds with this one. I can already tell this one's going to be the most energetic just by looking at it. And we'll do 5 seconds of this one. Oh, this one's pretty good too. Alright, so let's do the pink one. Oh, it's the red one. It's the pink one. was the pink one. Then the blue one. Oh, I didn't do these in the right order. I should have done the blue one before the pink one. All right, so we'll just remember that the pink one came first. Okay, so that was 5 seconds. And now finally we'll do the red one. Oh shit, I ran out of room. Okay, we'll do the red one on this in this diagonal here. Okay. All right, so we did it. We did all the lights. I messed up because I did the pink one before the. Can you hear me talking? I did the pink one before the blue one, but that's okay. Now I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to shut off some monitor or something. I'll turn my camera up to the maximum. Because I don't know if we're going to even be able to see that stuff. But I'll get this way up and I'll shut off some of my monitors here. That one's kind of hard to shut off. Let's see here. Here we go. I'll just block out this thing. There we go. Okay. I don't know if you can see. Oh, I blocked the camera. Can you see that now? Yeah, you can see it there. There, see that? So this end, let's see here. This end over here on the there it is. Can you see those stripes on there? So way over on your left, I guess it would be. Right. There it is. Where my fingers are there, that end of the thing is where we started. And see that there's a spot there where it looks like there's no stripe at all. That was the high frequency one. That was the low or the short wavelength one. 254 is right here. And then the next one here is the ultraviolet. Am I doing that right? Yeah. So this one here was the short wavelength, the one 254. Then this one here is 365. Then 395. Oh no, wait. Yeah, 395. Then this was the pink one. You can't hardly see that one. And this was the blue one. And the red one I did on the edge, and you can't see anything on the red one. The red one didn't make it react at all. So it almost goes by the frequency. Right? It kind of went by the frequency, except that the first one over here, I don't know if you can see it. You're not going to be able to see it with my monitor showing there. But the first one there that didn't show up at all was this one. Was that really low short wavelength one, the one that has the most energetic photons. But I think the reason why that one didn't show up, well, there could be a couple reasons. One is maybe that just the material itself, the glow-in-the-dark material, isn't sensitive to that wavelength. It might be that it's only sensitive to, the high end of the visible, high frequency visible, and ultraviolet A or something like that, and it's not sensitive to that. Or it could be because that thing is just battery powered. It's just not putting out that much. The rest of them were plugged into the wall and they're putting out more watts. So maybe that's what it was. But that's kind of interesting. But you can see the different. Other than that little battery powered UVC light, they all kind of went by frequency. The higher the frequency, the higher the frequency, the more it did it. Except these two here. I don't know if you can see that here. Maybe I can shut this off. I think I can just shut this off, right? This first one here, can you see that? There we go. Right here, can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Then this second one here was the ultraviolet. Then that one was the 395 ultraviolet. Then that was the pink light. And that was the blue light. So it's almost as the frequency, as the frequency went down, so did the amount of light. Except the LED one really was the best. That one got it the most. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's just that this is, this particular material is designed to be most energetic at that, that frequency or something. I mean, in theory, you should be able to. Put it in an oven or something. Just heat it up with infrared, but maybe not. Whoa. All right, I think we're all done with this. Oh wait, yeah, we can look at you guys ready to look at the banana now? Barely see the 254. Yeah, that one didn't come out at all. So I'm not sure why that is. I could do a little bit of research maybe on that material to see, because somebody must have a spec on that stuff somewhere where they've done this experiment, in a more controlled manner, with, where they knew exactly how many photons they were putting on it and all that to see exactly what frequency it works best at. But yeah, that was kind of weird. I was kind of surprised at that one didn't work at all, or not very well. Now the red light didn't work at all, right? Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yeah, the red light didn't work at all, which was kind of expected, that the red light would be the worst. That wouldn't work as well. But the other one was a surprise. So I'm going to flip on, I think we're all done with this stuff now. I'm going to flip on the lights so I don't trip over stuff anymore. And we'll continue. All right. Did I try this one? I don't think I did this one. I don't expect this one would have worked too well either. This is, I got to fix my camera here now. Now that we have real light on. Let's see here. Brightness down. Gain down a little bit. There we go. All right. It's hot in here. All right, so the banana. I don't know if we did it long enough, if we let it sit long enough, or if I exposed it long enough. Well, how long did I expose it for? 10 minutes, was it? 3 minutes? 5 minutes? I forget. I don't think we know exactly how long because it did it failed. The light failed and we had to redo it again. So I'm not sure how many. Let me take this tape off and see if I can see any difference here. All right, see, I've got taking the tape off this thing here. I don't see any difference here. Now, I may have to wait a while because I remember I had to wait, some time between the time I exposed it and the time that the difference showed up. But can you see any difference there? Any visible lines on that at all? I don't see any. Also, I should probably be using a newer banana. This one's just at its end of life here. So all right. Well, I'm gonna let that set, and maybe on tomorrow's stream I'll show it. Maybe there'll be a difference. I don't know. I thought we'd be able to see it. 3, and it shut off. Yes. Yeah, and I had to do 2. Yeah, so about 4 or 5 minutes, something like that. So not quite mean we get to try again. Yeah, I could try again. I'd have another banana here. I could do it again. I think I should be able to see a difference. I think it just takes a while. I thought we'd be able to see it in about an hour, half hour, or whatever. But it might take half a day or something for that to show up. So that was those experiences. I don't remember I had anything else I was going to do. I think that was it. We actually didn't have any room to test this one, but I really suspect that this would not have worked very well because most of the energy goes out in heat first of all, and then I think I read somewhere that less than 1% of these type of incandescent black lights, less than 1% of the energy that goes into them comes out as UV. So not very efficient. But that was the first way they did it when they were first figuring out what ultraviolet was, and they made the first black lights. Some guy invented this glass that filtered visible light, but it let ultraviolet through, and it's called Wood's glass. I guess the guy's name is Wood. I don't know. But it's called Wood's glass. And I don't think that's what they actually use here. They might use some other type of material on these lights. Oh, I know. There was another experiment that I wanted to do. I have another. This has already been exposed, so. Oh, I know what I can do. I wanted to show glasses. Different glasses have different UV protection, and I wanted to actually show that, and I think I can do that. Like these, this is acrylic, so it has really good UV protection. And I think I can do that with this light here. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to try that with this light. I'm going to shut this off again and readjust here because I wanted to do this one more thing here, because it's kind of important to know what your what when they say UV protection, if it really does it and all that kind of stuff, So let me turn that. I got those up. Let me turn this off. I think we can do this here. Now this is, yeah, oh, is that, I can just use my shirt here. That's what we can do. Now this is mostly UV coming from this. Now let's see if this actually works here. No, that's not working. Oh, these might not have UV protection. That'd be terrible, wouldn't it? Now these are pretty good. I don't know if you can see that here. I can see it here, but you can't see it on the camera very well. Let me adjust the camera so you can see that. There we go. All right. I think that will work. Here, you see how this is making a, these glasses are making a shadow through the glass itself? See that, how it's a little bit darker through the glass? You know, normally it doesn't do that. Yeah, you can see that a little bit. See how the glass is darker there? This is actually just plain old glass, you know? I mean, it's the reading glasses. This is acrylic. Oh, geez. I was using this as protection, and it doesn't have UV. Yikes. That's not good. And I had another pair here. I'm not sure what I did with those. That... It was, you know, I was experimenting one day with all types of different glasses to see which ones had UV protection. I think this was the pair that did that. And this pair here, let me see if this does it. Yeah. Yes. See this pair of glasses here? Look at this. One lens is dark. See that? One lens is dark, and the other one is clear. So this lens here on this side, on right here where my hand is at, does not have UV filter on it, and this other side over here does have UV on the same pair of glasses. And that was just the most bizarre thing. I don't know how that happened or what was going on, or, you know. But isn't that weird? That one of them would filter UV and the other one wouldn't on the same pair of glasses? So, yeah, that's kind of concerning that this... I'm glad I didn't shine any lights in my... Well, I had this on, because I thought for sure those that had UV in them. That must not be acrylic. I wonder if these are, you know, they're probably made in China or something, and they just stamp a certification on them without them actually being what they are. What happens, you know? But yeah, there's different glasses have different. This one has it on both of them. And did I have any more? Let's see if I have any more. Oh, these that I'm wearing. Yeah, I could test those. Oh, these are really good. Yeah, see? See that? How they're darker? So actually, I was better off wearing these for those experiments, because these have more UV protection than the other, at least at 265, which is what that puts at. So, let me turn the light back on again. Okay. So now I think I did everything I meant to do. So that was kind of fun, wasn't it? And like normal glass does have UV in it, like the glass, you know, just ordinary panes of glass, you know, glass made out of, they call it soda glass, has stops UV for the most part. But that was kind of weird. I'm shocked that these here did not stop it, which is just, you know what? They don't actually have anything stamped on them. These are probably just, should probably toss those. It's not good to have those around here. They look like safety glasses. I bet you if I hit that with something hard, it would just go right through it. I bet this isn't even really a safety glasses. Oh well. Yeah, you got to be careful out there when you buy stuff. I buy like electronic things, you know, little electronic stuff, and sometimes I'll tear them apart to look inside, and sometimes they use, you know, for stuff that's supposed to be carrying current, like a couple amps or something, and they'll use just the thinnest little wires in there, and it's just, you never know what they're really. They don't care. People don't care anymore. They don't. They just do dangerous stuff. Hello, Sydney. Let's see. Very strange, Sydney, aka Coco. Welcome to the channel, Sydney. How are you? Did I? Oh, okay. I caught that pretty quickly. I don't get a lot of chat, so sometimes I don't. I don't look very often. It takes me a minute or two to respond to chatters. Welcome to our stream. Good evening, Michigan. How is it in Michigan? Did you catch very much of the experiments that we did tonight? So that's an experiment you can do if you have a black light. That's a cool experiment you can do. Is just grab pairs of glasses and do like I did. Find something that glows in the dark really, or glows under UV really well, and then put the glasses in front of them, and you can see if the glass filters the UV or not. Just visually, you can just see it. It's pretty cool. Doing great here. No worries on slow reply. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I've only been streaming about 5 weeks, so trying to get it figured out. I don't even have affiliate yet. I'm a little bummed out that I don't have affiliate. We're going into what's it called? September, and I don't have affiliate, so I'm just gonna. Oh well, I'll get it next year. There we go. Oh, I got this monitor I got turned back on too. There we go. All right. So that was kind of fun. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Our banana still isn't. Oh wait, I think I see a little bit of something there. Is that it? Do you see that little stripe right there? Maybe. Yeah, I see a little bit. Maybe. Right there. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a stripe there. Right there. See that? So it did a little bit. Yeah, by tomorrow morning, I'm sure I'll be able to see that really easily. But that's how you can tell. That's when we do it. So my next on the schedule here, or on my list, is to make an actual. Did you see it? Yeah. It looks like there's a little bit there. Where are you from? I stream ITL outdoor category. IRL outdoor category showing everyone Michigan and other places that I have visited. Yeah, I live in New Hampshire here. I live in a rural area of New Hampshire, so I'm surrounded by forests and animals and stuff like that. So that's the kind of IRL I do. Unfortunately, New Hampshire doesn't have very good cell coverage, so my IRLs have to be kind of virtual IRLs. I have to just use a GoPro or something and record them, and then right away come back and play them back. So they're not exactly real-time IRL, but they're kind of virtual IRL. Yeah, New Hampshire's a really cool place. It's it gets cold as hell in the winter, but it's otherwise it's pretty good. I do all right in the winter and the cold. I can handle the cold. You just bundle up a little bit. Hot, I don't do too well. Once it gets over 80, then I'm dying. That's way too hot for me. Like right in here right now, it must be about 75 in here right now, and I'm just starting to sweat. And okay, I have done that technique of record. Oh yeah. Are you in Chan's Discord? Would be cool to see a picture of the banana. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I could take a picture of it and post it online. I could do that. Post it in Discord. Yeah, I'm in Chan's Discord, I think. I don't use Discord very often. I did sign up for it, but I don't look at it every day or anything. Discord has a kind of an unusual user interface that is difficult for me to understand. You know, it's weird. I've been using computers my whole life, almost, and something about that user interface on Discord just doesn't agree with me. I don't know. It's real weird. Everything is backwards and turned around, but yeah, I use it sometimes. I've posted a few things on there. Not pictures, though. I'll have to figure out how to do that. It'll probably take me half a day to figure out how to put a picture up there. No, it's not that bad. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I think I'm out of sync here. Let me see here if I have my. Have you noticed has my audio been out of sync? You probably didn't notice it because it was too dark, but I've been having synchronization problems with my audio. So I was trying to. Here, I broke my headphones already. I bought these headphones for $4 at the thrift store. I thought I got a good deal, but they're already falling apart after 3 days. Oh well. That's what I get for my $4, I guess. Everything seems perfect. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Let me try one of these type of tests just to see if my sync is working here. Oh, I had my own. I'm lurking on my own channel here on another computer. All right, let me try this again here just to see. Oh yeah, the audio on my computer, the audio is coming a little bit earlier. I guess I'll have to look on the VOD to see how, you know. That's the gold standard, right? Is when you download the VOD and play it back, that's the way to tell for sure how it actually happened, because each person, their own computer could be, at least on mobile. Oh, slight delay. Okay, which is the video is delayed, right? I think that's not bad at all. Okay. Yeah, I did a sync test earlier. What was it? Earlier today or yesterday or something? Trying to get it figured out, but then I forgot to set it up. I forgot to actually put the parameters in that I figured out at the before I started streaming. Let me change that right now just to see if that works. Yeah, see, I've got it at 800. I shoot at 40 is what I figured out, if my math is correct. So let's see if that, I'll try that, see how that works. This should be a little bit better. No, it's still messed up on mine. I may have to switch back and forth into the scene here. Let me try this here. Try it one more time. Yeah, it still seems like it's off a little bit. I'll figure it out later. So, all right, well, that's it. Let me see who we can raid here. I appreciate everybody showing up for the channel here, and yeah, hit the follow button. I'm trying to get my affiliates. So if you can hit the follow button, if you like that the kind of stuff that I stream, mostly science and technology, but sci-fi, movies, some IRL, yeah, a lot of different stuff. Talk about food, I'm vegan, so I talk about vegan stuff, nutrition. What else? Just about anything, I don't know. Whatever I'm interested in. Let's see, Globus is out there. Let's see if we can get If we can do it, how many does he have? Oh, he's got 10, so he'll appreciate 4 more. That'll be good. All right, raid. Focus. Elder. So, yeah. So if you guys can hang around for the raid, I would appreciate it, because that always, that kind of helps the channel too. Let's see if this is going to work here. Oh, I know, I did it wrong here. Damn. Raid. Yeah, it's got to be a slash. Globus the Elder. Did I get that right? Okay, Globus the Elder. I think I spelled his name right. There it is, raid created. Okay, I think we've got it. Great, so I appreciate everybody coming by. And we'll see you on the other side. I don't have raid messages or anything like that. 3 viewers are ready to raid. Okay, here we go. All right. Thank you. Take care. We'll see you on the other side. Bye. Oh, I thought that was a video.